Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my first video in this series, How to Go Vegan. So today we're going to talk about how to go vegan for health reasons, or that's, your main priority and why you're interested in a vegan or plant-based diet or lifestyle. So I think the first step really is to do research, and this is no matter what your motivation is to go vegan, maybe health, environment, or animals. You really need to get educated on what the reality is and what's really happening out there. And the first step is research. So what influenced me to go vegan was for my health, and the first thing I did was went on Netflix and started watching documentaries. I watched Vegucated, which is about a documentary where they took three different people in New York, very different backgrounds and lifestyles, and they go vegan for 6 weeks, and they document the whole process. They do a physical and health check before they went vegan, and then again after the 6 weeks to see if there are any changes in their blood work or weight or blood pressure and all that. So that's a really good documentary. And it also touches on the environmental factors that the meat and dairy industry go through, as well as the animals, what they go through. But I think the primary topic is about their health. So definitely recommend Vegucated. Another one is Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead 2. This is about Joe Cross. I think he's Australian, and he basically was on a bunch of medication and went to doctors all the time, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him or how to get his symptoms under control. So what he did was he went on a juice cleanse, and I can't remember, a 60-day juice cleanse, I believe. 60 or 90, I can't remember exactly, but quite a long time. Now, I definitely don't recommend to do this. Definitely if you do it, you need to consult your doctor, because that is a very long time to be fasting and only drinking juice. But he was under doctor supervision and throughout this whole time, and obviously he documents the whole thing. And spoiler alert, he ends up going off pretty much all his medication, I believe, and it's all because of juicing and getting more fruits and vegetables and all those nutrients that he wasn't getting on a normal diet. So he made a first one, and then a few years later he did a second one. And then now recently he came out with a third documentary called The Kids Menu. Now, I haven't seen this yet. It's on my list to watch, but it gives you perspective of how kids view food and what they actually like. So according to the synopsis of the video or documentary on Netflix, it says that it shows that the kids often choose the healthier food options when they're actually given the choice, to pick. So I'm really excited to watch that, because I think a big part of our society and our just humans in general, it's all about the kids. It's great that some of us are changing now later in our lives. I'm 26, so I'm still very young, but more and more you're seeing kids and teenagers being more interested in nutrition and interested in what's good for you and fruits and vegetables and all that. So I think this documentary is going to be really interesting. So I haven't watched it, but I recommend for you to watch it. Another one is Forks Over Knives. It's a documentary that is based on Dr. Campbell and Dr. Esselstyn, and these are two plant-based doctors, very well known in the vegan community, and they just show how plants can really help prevent or even reverse diseases such as problems with the heart, diabetes, sometimes cancer, and other diseases. So Forks Over Knives, it's definitely a very popular one. I'm sure you've heard of it if you've been researching just a little bit about veganism and a plant-based diet. Another one is Hungry for Change. It touches on health and food, but in a different aspect. It shows how the media and the meat and dairy industry really skew what we want and kind of make our food decisions for us in a way. We're constantly consuming all this media online, on our phones, on TVs and everything, and psychologically we tend to act the way the media wants us to, and it's to eat meat and dairy and other animal products. So, I mean, it's not 100% have to do about your health, but in a way it does. It opens your eyes to, wow, I didn't realize I was kind of almost being brainwashed in a way. And I mean, it sounds a little extreme saying that the media brainwashed us, but I went to school for communication and PR marketing, and actually a lot of it is. It's a lot of, if you're in marketing, your job is to persuade the audience in a way that is not too pushy, but yet still gets the point across and makes them do something. So media is a scary thing. It could be a great thing and it could be a scary thing, but it's great to understand where we're at and why we do the things we do, and then from there make your own decision on how you want to live your life and what food you want to consume. So yeah, that's a really interesting documentary if you're interested in media and all that. And yeah, that's pretty, I think, oh wait, no, there's one more, FoodMatters. It takes a look at the modern medicines, modern medicines and how, like, the pharmaceutical industry, also similar with the media, doctors in the pharmaceutical industry and the health industry, sometimes, I mean, they push, you know, protein and you know, animal products on us, and they say we need it, and then for some reason we all end up going on medications because of high blood pressure, heart failure, or whatever, diabetes. And in reality, this documentary shows that if we ate less of that and more plants and fruits and plant-based foods, we wouldn't have super clogged arteries, you know, we wouldn't have high blood pressure, or, you know, our chances are reduced. So really, instead of prescribing medicine and drugs, doctors, I think, just my opinion, and then I mean the opinion of this documentary as well, is what they're trying to prove is that doctors should be really suggesting people to eat more plants and fruits, and, you know, a plant-based diet, rather than just giving them a pill with a lot of drugs that's just going to mess your entire body up. So yeah, those are the top, I don't know how many I listed, but those are all available on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, they're all on there. You can stream them on your laptop, your phone, or on your Xbox, or whatever. So yeah, those are the ones that I've watched. I've watched all of them, I believe, except for one, the kids menu, but they're all great, and they're all based around health and why a plant-based diet is the most optimal diet for our bodies and for our overall health. So yeah, moving on to YouTube. I mean, I'm on YouTube, and I think this was a big part of why I continue to stay vegan and why I continue to is because I'm constantly researching, and I mean, a bulk of my searching and like web browsing and all that is based on veganism and a plant-based diet. And I'm constantly on YouTube, like watching videos in the background, and then also doing whatever else I need on another screen. So yeah, so some YouTubers I recommend. I don't have a lot because it's going to be hard for me to do YouTubers, because all of us YouTubers kind of touch on a little of each of the three reasons people go vegan: health, environment, and the animals. Ooh, my voice just cracked. Like a 13-year-old boy over here. But yeah, so it's going to be hard because we all kind of touch on all of it, but I'm going to try and find the ones that are primarily one category, or do more videos of each category. So for nutrition and health, my number one would be Legit Nutrition Hawaii. I can't remember her name, but she's amazing. She's straightforward, a little cutthroat, and just very honest. She's not credited, and I don't think she's taken nutrition or anything like that. She's just done her own research, and based on her own experiences, she shares a lot about nutrition, what our body goes through when, you know, we restrict our calories. I know a lot of us women in America, and I'm sure all around the world, feel like we need to restrict our calories to lose weight, like 1,200 calories or less a day. And she talks about how that's so damaging, and what your body goes through when you're doing that, and then, you know, what your body goes through when you go on a plant-based diet when you come off of that type of lifestyle. And she's just a wealth of information. Anytime anyone asks about health or like why my body is doing this, I thought I'm supposed to be losing weight, why am I gaining weight, like stuff like that, I always refer to her videos. She has, I think, a weight loss series or something like that, where she goes over a lot of stuff and nutrition and health information, so I highly recommend her. I feel like her name starts with an L. It's not Lisa. I can't remember. Either way, Legit Nutrition Hawaii. Then next would be High Carb Hannah. She focuses a lot on weight loss, nutrition, like food recipes and exercise. So that would be a really good channel to watch if you're interested in health and that's what's motivating you to go on this type of lifestyle. She's lost over 60 pounds, I believe, in the past year or two. I can't remember the exact timeline, sorry Hannah. But yeah, she talks a lot about, she gives a lot of great recipes. Her and her husband Derek have 3 cookbooks, I believe now. So if you're looking for recipes and stuff like that and just more information on nutrition and how to lose weight, I guess, on a plant-based diet, definitely check out Hannah's channel. Next is Freely the Banana Girl. I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with her or have heard of her. Again, she does a lot of different videos, some very controversial, some are very graphic in regards to the animals, but I think her primary message is to go vegan for health. At least that's what I get out of it. So she has a lot of videos on that. So yeah, I mean, I can't say enough about Freely, so check her out if you haven't already. And then the last one, I don't watch too many of his videos. I just subscribed today, actually. It's Dr. Greger's channel, nutritionalfacts.org. And Dr. Greger is another plant-based doctor. And he just, I mean, his channel name alone, nutritionalfacts.org, I mean, can you guess what it's gonna be based on? Nutrition and health. So definitely check him out. I will be doing the same after I get off here and film this video. Alright, we're at 12 minutes. I'm going to talk about a little more about other tips and tricks that I've learned and how it's helped me stay on this lifestyle. Again, like I said, keep learning and researching. After you've watched all these documentaries and you've watched a lot of these YouTubers, just continue to consume. I highly recommend going on Facebook and finding groups like Forks Over Knives. I think they have a group. Dr. McDougall has a group. I'm sure Dr. Greger has one. High Carb Hannah has one called Raw Till Whenever. So, I mean, I joined a lot of those groups, and now my timeline, instead of a bunch of my friends like showing pictures, taking selfies or whatever, it's now about like people sharing recipes or people asking questions like, why am I not losing weight, or what, should I take vitamins? And it's just a big form of like-minded people giving each other advice, supporting each other, and it's awesome. So I highly recommend it to do that. Also, you want to cook at home as much as possible. Reason being is that when you go out, yes, you have nutritional facts online that you can read, but I mean, it's all dependent on who's cooking it back there. It's not the same person all day, every day cooking it, so you can't, there's no 100% guaranteed on, what actually is in your food. So I highly recommend cooking at home. I'm a big lover of cooking, so this was pretty easy for me. I've actually found that I save money. I have like $100 more every 2 weeks because I'm cooking more at home instead of going out to eat. So highly recommend that. You get to control everything that you put in your mouth and on your plate. So cook at home. If you haven't started trying cooking, I recommend it. Going along with that, Pinterest is my best friend. Even prior to going vegan, plant-based, I always got my recipes on Pinterest. I have a board called Plant-Based Lifestyle on my Pinterest, and it's a bunch of recipes that I want to try out. And then I also have a meals for the week board where I will just slide all the recipes into that, so then when I'm ready to make my meals, I don't have to search all over that board because I have like over 300 pins on that single board. So I move the certain recipes I want to make that week into my meals for the week, and I click on there and there's like 5 or 6 pins that I have to go through instead of 300 plus. So Pinterest is awesome. For going out, I definitely recommend to research the menus before you go out, even give the restaurants a call, so you're sure of what, you know, options you have. Definitely recommend to be a high carb, low fat vegan if you're doing this for health. And there's a lot of videos online and on YouTube and stuff that talks about why high carb is the best. Carbs equals energy. That's what carbs are. They give us energy, so we need carbs to stay energized, and then fruits and vegetables to feed our body what it needs for fuel and nutrition. So, I mean, the YouTubers I mentioned will cover a lot of that, so I'm not going to cover it now. But definitely recommend high carb, low fat diets. And then on top of that, I recommend using water when you cook instead of oil. Even when you're sauteing onions or garlic or anything, I hardly use oil. I mean, I use sesame oil just because I like the flavor of it, but like olive oil and vegetable oil, there's like barely any taste, and it's all fat. So when I can, I just use water, and then if I want a little sesame flavor, I'll add just a very tiny bit, but it's also mixed with water, so yeah. And then speaking of water, drink lots and lots of water. I personally drink 3 cups of water on my way to work, and then I drink 3 cups of water on my way home. And I don't really drink a lot of water during the day, like throughout my work day, but there alone I have 6 cups of water. And then usually throughout the day, and then when I come home at night to eat dinner, I'll have the other 2 cups wherever. So there's my 8 cups of water. But yeah, drink lots and lots of water. Also definitely recommend to get an annual physical. I mean, even just not a vegan plant-based diet, everyone should get an annual physical. You know, prevention and knowing what's going on in your body is the key to a long life. The more you get checked, and the more, I mean, you don't want to get checked like every month or anything, but you just want to be aware of what's going on with your body and make sure everything's okay, regardless of what type of diet or lifestyle you're on. And then if you're interested, or if you feel a little off and you don't feel like you're getting enough nutrients, or you just don't feel like you have a lot of energy, I definitely recommend to get blood work done. I'm personally going to get my blood work done at the end of July. It'll be 6 months on this lifestyle and this diet, so it'll be a good testament to see, you know, where I'm at. I feel great, so that's awesome, but I still want to make sure that I'm getting everything I need. Speaking of that, vitamins, I take vitamin B12 and then vitamin D when it's the winter time, and when there's less sun. Right now in the summertime, the sun's out, and I don't have air conditioning in my car right now, so my windows are always down and my arms are out, getting vitamin D. So I don't take vitamin D right now, but I am taking B12 pretty much every day. So, alright. This is a long video, it's almost at 20 minutes, so I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you guys have any other questions or any other documentaries or YouTubers you would recommend for other people, please leave them down below in the comments. I want this to be a useful video and helpful tool for people that are trying to go vegan for health reasons, and I want it to be, you know, a conversation. So leave me comments below, and I will hope this helped, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!